Welcome to the Big Great Podcast. We're here with the way you did the Darce with De Silva, but the Andrade on the rear naked. It's just, that was so impressive. Do you want to train every day?
No, I don't want to train every day, but motivation's like the wind, it comes and goes, and
right.
You have to stay consistent. There's people every single day that tell me I'm gonna be the next double champ. Okay, I've literally seen you at the gym twice. You're gonna be the next double champ? Okay.
What was your darkest moment? Welcome to the Big Great Podcast. We're here with Jasmine Jasudavicius. Right? I got the name, right?
You got it.
So just on that, these fuckers all during lunch were saying Jasmine, and then they would say your name wrong to screw with my head.
No way.
Just so I would fucking mess it up. That's the kind of children I work with.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jasmine what? Jasmine, and I'm like, don't fucking say it. Let's approach this from a different perspective. If you were to give me your bio, if you were to encompass yourself in a paragraph, how would you do it?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. This isn't going to be the typical, how do you do a single leg? No, we're going to get to know you. We're going to get to know fucking the real Jazz.
Okay. I don't know. I guess like a martial artist.
All right, let's start with that. Everybody who's in some form of martial art or athletics usually starts at a young age, typically. What gave you the inspiration to be athletic to start? Let's go with that.
I think I was just always athletic. I remember when we were kids, my dad, he always encouraged it. He would teach us if you're falling, don't just fall. He's do a somersault, stuff like that. When you taught us a break fall, made sure we knew how to swim, and would always challenge us. When we would go on a hike, he'd be try to jump from this rock to this rock. Or when he was building the fence in the backyard, the part that he wasn't building, he's go walk on it and see if you can stay up. And would always challenge us in a physical way. So I think athleticism kind of was a natural thing. I enjoyed playing sports. I pretty much only went to school to play sports. School was whatever. I just would do it, but I always was playing whatever sport was available. I played. I at home I played outside with my friends. In school I was in grade 6. I got athlete of the year, and then in high school I got athlete of the year. So I was always athletic. I always played every sport the school had. I did, but I just never really did anything outside of school until I was in university, and then obviously high school was done, and I got no sports to play anymore. So
were you a good student?
I was average. I think I figured out how to answer questions. I did learn, of course. I would pay attention in science because it was interesting and shit. But I suck at math. I'm very, very bad at math. But I did well in school. I would say I'd be B+, A- kind of student.
Dude, that's good.
Wasn't. Yeah, exactly. I was everything I've done, I've always kind of been pretty good at. Not great at it, but never great at it. Jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
B+ is not it. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so in university, what happened?
So then there was no sports available. So then I tried to go to the gym, and I'm okay, I'm gonna try to lift weights and see what this is about. I could not get into it. I didn't enjoy it. And then I saw there was people doing boxing stuff. So then I would occasionally do some of those almost box fit pad things at the gym and everything. And then I just didn't enjoy the gym, so I stopped doing that. And then I played Sunday soccer. So in the wintertime, I would play indoor, and then in the summertime, I'd play outdoor. And that was kind of the physical activity that I had. And then I kind of, one of my friends, she did jujitsu. I met her in university, and then so I kind of learned more about it. And then I did a couple like classes. There was this guy that he owned a gym, and I would sometimes do like weights and stuff with him. But then he did martial arts stuff, so then he would show me things as well. So I kind of had like a little taste of it, but I didn't know like there was a way to getting into the UFC, and that was a transition. Like I kind of thought it was two separate things a little bit. So then I just kind of dabbled in that, like was screwing around, and then I moved away, and I was living in BC, and I wasn't playing sports. I wasn't doing anything. And then I was back for summer, and then I met Chris, and he introduced me to martial arts, and then it's kind of just.
So at NTT, you met Chris, and at NTT you started training.
So I met Chris when I was just home in the summertime. He was with some friends, and we all met. And so I didn't know anything about, like, NTT didn't even exist at the time.
Oh, okay.
And so he was the wrestling coach at Brock with Marty Calder. He was the assistant, and Chris was the assistant coach.
Okay.
And so he was helping former UFC fighter Jason Sago get ready for a fight out in PEI. And so I was down in the summer, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to come out to PEI with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure. Like, I'll go, enjoy some drinks, have some lobster. Like, who wouldn't want to go out east?" And so when I was out there, I like saw like, oh, you do martial arts and you get into the UFC, and like that's what the path, and that's what Jason did. And I kind of like saw his schedule and what he did, and I was intrigued by it. And then I saw them spar, and then I was like, oh, let me do this. I want to do this, please. And
Really?
then Jason's like, you're not just like gonna spar, so then I'll move around with you after.
Okay.
And then like afterwards I was like trying to punch and kick him and everything, and then he was like, you got like a bit of natural like abilities. You should like, keep training and make a run at this. And so that's kind of what gave me a little bit of like belief, I guess. And then I came back, I continued training, thankful to Chris that he knew good gyms and people to work with and everything, and then kind of just continued on. We had a little like group of us that were training all together, and we called ourselves Niagara Top Team, even though it was like Chris was the coach and D-Marks was coaching, but he was kind of like fighting too, and still at the time. And there was like Anthony Romero, Tisha Guthrow, a guy named Matt Vey was with us, Aaron Jeffries, who I'm sure I'm forgetting. Oh, Jared Dumont. And so we were the crew of us that would like train sometimes in the Brock room, and then sometimes we would go to a park and train all together.
I've done that.
Sometimes we would like meet. Anthony Romero had a sponsor at Blue Star, and he would there was a judo gym that used to be like, it's closed up, that would be in there. And so his sponsor would let us use that mat space during the day. So then, but there's no heat or anything like that. There's like grease trapped, like dripping onto the mat.
Hardcore.
And like, yeah, it was like a nut spot. But we would like train there, and we would always say like, oh, just think when like Embedded comes and we show them this is where we started. And then so we just continued training, continued taking fights. And Chris and D-Marks, they were talking. Chris brings D-Marks out to a restaurant. He says, "Hey, buddy, okay, what do you think we open a gym?" And D-Marks is like, "What?" Like, then they started talking, and they decided to like rent a small like a space, and then we had the space to train, and then we had like the first location, and then we were there for a while, then COVID hit, and we had the opportunity to move to a bigger spot, and here we are.
So you immediately started with MMA. You didn't, typically people will go into jits first, learn how to roll, and then add striking, and then typically add some form of wrestling to that. You just went balls deep and went MMA right from the very start.
Right from the start. But that being said, I dove into wrestling because I had the opportunity. Chris was the wrestling coach at
Right,
Brock, and they have Olympians, world medalists. Like that room is nuts. It's like the probably best wrestling room in Canada. Like at that time, probably. I don't know about now with what it's like, but it was like a hotbed. So I was doing the whole circuit there. Like I was doing all their practices. I did a couple wrestling tournaments. Like, I really dove into it and did it all. But in addition to that, I was training, boxing, kickboxing, all that stuff. Just focused more on wrestling.
And so wrestling typically doesn't have the same subs as jiu-jitsu. So during the course of learning wrestling, you had to start learning the subs, even though, like, when you roll, do you do gi or no gi?
I do no gi. I've done gi, but I think when I'm retired, I'll do more gi.
Yeah.
It's like a different sport,
It is. When I first went back to jits, I'm like, I fucking don't want to do gi.
Yeah.
And then I started doing it, learning the chokes and learning the controls with it, and it's just a different layer.
It's different, eh?
It is very different.
You're enjoying it though?
I do enjoy the gi, but the reality is that there are I think you need to do both.
Yeah, I
For
agree.
you, I can understand why you're not doing it now.
Yeah.
But I dig gi for sure.
Yeah, no, I look forward to, like, when I'm done actively fighting, doing more gi, because there is so much to it, and I feel like it'll be like I'm a white belt again.
Yeah, well, no, that's not gonna fucking happen. Because all the subs you're pulling off now, you can still pull off. It's just the gripping, like the grips that you need to work on. So let's take it through a day. From waking up at what time and close the day at what do you do?
So a normal day in camp, I'll wake up.
No, not camp. Let's take you out of camp. Just on a regular day.
Right now, it's kind of different because right now I know that I'm not gonna be fighting for a little while, so I'm actively trying to kind of like stay out of the gym a little bit.
Really?
A little bit, like just staying active in a different way.
How?
Like I'm going on more bike rides and I'm doing runs outside and I'm doing like there'll be like rocks and I'll try to jump from rock to rock and I'll go kayaking. I'll do rock climbing. I'll do things that are like physically challenging, but still like good for the sport. I'm doing a bunch of shadow boxing. I'm trying to do more like footwork drills, less like hard kind of pounding live work.
Yeah.
And more like agility and that type of stuff right now.
Okay, so you're not even rolling. You're not doing anything.
Oh no, I am. I'm only doing one practice a day now.
Okay, what time do you wake up normally?
Normally I wake up around 8:30. And then I'll kind of like just get ready. We don't practice till 11, so I'll try to do like a little bit of stuff in the morning.
Okay.
And then off to practice, and I'll do like the 11 o'clock pro practice.
How long is that?
Like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
And then I'll go home and eat lunch and try to chill. I try to lay down in the afternoon, even if it's like 10 minutes, just to like shut my brain off. For a bit and like let the morning practice sink in a little bit. Okay. And then rest. And then when I get up, then I have a little like snack bite to eat. And then sometimes I'll do a second. When I nap, I'll do a second practice. If I don't have a second practice, then I don't need to nap.
And again, the second practice would be the same. It would be MMA again.
No, usually the second practice is depending on the day, but it'll be more focused. So it'll be like Mondays wrestling, Tuesdays jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Wednesday I actually take off because Thursday morning I spar. So I take Wednesday evening off. I sometimes get a massage because that feels like you're having a rest day without actually taking a rest day. And then Thursday sparring, and then in the evening I'll work on whatever I think I need, if it's grappling or if it's striking, and then I'll work with whatever coach kind of says like, oh, let's work on this week. And then Friday, it'll kind of be the same type thing. You know, you got to sleep on it and then kind of correct anything the next morning.
Okay.
And then striking in the evening, and then Saturday sparring, just one session Saturday.
And Sunday's day off.
Sunday's day off.
So you take 2 days off a week when you're not in camp.
1.5. No. I'll when I'm not in camp, I'll for sure do 1 day a week. But some weeks, probably every like second or third week, I'll take 2 days off.
Okay, so it'd take me through a training camp day then.
Training camp would be the same morning usually.
Wake up at 8:30.
Unless I have to run.
Okay.
Then and I'll run usually, depending on my opponent and all that kind of stuff. What I need to work on for the fight. Sometimes I'll only run once a week. Sometimes I'll run 3 times a week. And then, so if that's the case, I like to run early before all like the kids are going on the school bus and all that kind of stuff. So I'll usually get up at like 6:30 and run.
How long? How
And
far?
then- so it'll depend. If I'm trying to work on cardio, then I'll do either a longer run or I'll do run with some sprints.
Yeah, that's a bitch.
Yeah, it sucks. But if I'm working on like a mental thing, then it will just be like wake up, get my shoes on, and start the run. And as soon as I'm enjoying the run, then it's fine to go home. Because the hardest part is just doing it, just getting out there and doing it. So it's like once you enjoy it, then you've accomplished that. But if you're working on it for cardio, then obviously you continue. So
You have a good gas tank.
It depends. Yeah.
No, like I just said, I watched your last 3 fights prior to doing this. To me, it doesn't appear that you have a gas tank issue.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I dig you're Orthodox, so you're south, it's your right cross. Like I was watching the way you fight, and you bob, so people think you're going to shoot, and you'll hit them with your cross. It's disco. I like the way you fight.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then you go for a single leg, and like your ground and pound, you're fucking people up with it, and yeah, it was. And your last fight with Andrade, which we'll get into later, that was. I mean, just like as we talked prior, I dug the way you did the Darce with De Silva, but the Andrade on the rear naked. It's just that was so impressive.
Thank you. Do you set it up the same way?
For me, like right now, I separate my classes. So so Monday morning, just prior to coming here, I have my jits class. And then typically at night, I'll do strength and conditioning. Because for me, the way I like to fight, I like to just be very smothering. And I like to just fucking just be really, really tight on the person so you can't breathe. And you'll just move out of the way. Yeah, I'd like to smother you. I like to feel like I want you to feel that you'll give me the sub just to get out of me crushing you.
Yeah.
So I really work on like crushing movements.
Pressure.
Yeah, pressure for sure. Tuesday mornings I have striking. Tuesday night I have strength and conditioning. Wednesday morning I have jits. Wednesday night strength and conditioning. Thursday morning I have jits. Again at the evening, strength and conditioning. Friday morning I have jits and then striking at night. Saturday I have wrestling, and then depending on how I feel, because like I'm a lot older than you, right? And
No.
I really yes I am, man. So I need to really focus on recovery. So I really spend like Sundays is just we got to rebuild this motherfucker because I do everything: red light therapy, ice baths, on infrared saunas. I lay on those acupuncture mats. Sunday is just like rebuild this guy.
You use that PMF mat.
I do. I have that when I do my red light therapy.
Yeah.
So I have a room for red light therapy.
You got a whole recovery room.
Yeah, dude. And I have a hyperbaric chamber coming.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's so. Yeah, you're set.
Yeah. I have to. I'm
No,
rolling with guys half my age.
I heard your schedule, man. No,
Yeah.
you're killing it.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know, but yeah, like I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I just feel like yesterday is my day off for recovery, and I just felt like so fucking lazy. So I just swam laps in the pool just because I just felt like a lazy shit.
That sounds so lazy. Swimming laps.
Well, I mean,
I know, I'm
it's
playing
cool.
it.
So you raised an interesting point. You said that when you go to run and you start enjoying it, you stop. So it's very easy to give up when things are tough. Like even the ice bath in the morning, right?
Yeah.
That's shit. People like that. I do not like doing it. It's fucking cold. You get up in the morning. The water is probably 35 degrees, and you're about to go in there, and you know this is going to be shit.
Yeah.
But it's that mental toughness to do
That's it.
something.
Yeah.
So how do you address things that you don't want to do? Like, do you want to train every day?
No, I don't want to train every day, but motivation's like the wind, it comes and goes,
Right.
and you have to stay consistent.
Right.
If you want to, be great, if you want to be the best you can possibly be, then you have to be consistent.
I agree. I think motivation is one part, but discipline kicks motivation's ass.
100%. Discipline is the most important part. Discipline is self-respect. It's like showing that you value yourself and the greater goal more than, the immediate pleasure.
That's actually very well said. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, and I don't want to come off like a little bitch. That's why I train with injuries, even though I hear people say you shouldn't, but then I feel like a little bitch if I don't go and train, right?
Well, and that's the joy about martial arts is you have an injury, you're always able to train something else and train different aspects. Like right now, I cut almost the tip of my finger right off. So I wasn't able to do live wrestling this morning. So then I go in and do my footwork drills. I go in and hit the bag. I still do some technique. It's like I work around my injury because you can always strengthen at some part of martial. That's like mixed martial arts. You can't master it all.
I agree. One of my coaches, Mark, fucked up his knee for quite some time, and all he's been working on is just other drills or working on his guard or working on the knee shield and just working on things that, yeah, again, it's very easy to give up when things are tough. Mm-hmm. And it's very easy to stay consistent when things are groovy. It's how fucking tough are you when things aren't going your way?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, and I honestly think that's the difference between someone who perseveres and just people that are fucking weak.
Bitches.
It's true. It's true. And listen, I'm going to catch shit for that too,
Yeah.
because, you're fucking, just, it's not a good at it. But there are fucking weak people.
Yeah.
But that's their choice. You can choose not to be weak.
I agree.
And if you have that choice, if you have that decision where all you need to do is make a decision to decide that you're going to be more than you are, why the fuck wouldn't you do that? Why would you accept mediocrity?
Yeah, like settle for like a 9-to-5 life is easy. It's easy, but it's hard. It sucks. There's so many hard aspects of it. So I would rather do the hard work to have an enjoyable life that I'm pursuing greatness, and I can lay my head down at the end of the night and be satisfied with myself.
100%.
Yeah.
At the end of and I think that translates into anything you do, not just the physical aspect of your life, but just your mental perspective. I design and live my life based on the man I want to be. And at the end of the day, if I can look at myself in the mirror and say, you know what, you did fucking solid today, that's all that matters. Because you're going to be the villain in somebody's story, no matter what. No matter how good of a person you are, some motherfucker is going to hate you for being more successful for them than them. Being a better fighter. I fucking hate Jazz. She blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like everybody will make up shit
Yeah.
to justify their own weakness. Fuck that. All right. Let's talk about your fight in Saudi Arabia.
Sounds good.
You made a comment about how it was a culture shock for you.
It was only because I feel like in Canada, I guess in North America, I guess I get a perception that the Middle East is like very dangerous and like they dislike women and like all these like kind of negative things. And going there prior, we got like a document saying be aware that there could be entrances and exits that are only for men and only for women, and be just like things to be aware of as a female going to another country, and then going to that country. And then so I had all these kind of perceptions going in, and it really wasn't like that at all. Like it felt like I was in another, like, you know, in the States, in anywhere else. Like
but
the
cleaner.
people, yeah, it was very clean.
Mm-hmm.
And the people were very nice. The only thing that I would notice is that if Chris and I were together, then they would talk to Chris, even if they were asking me, like, what is your weight class, or who are you fighting? They wouldn't say, like, who are you fighting to me?
Mm-hmm.
They would ask Chris who she's fighting, like, who's she fighting? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is stupid that you need the information from me to do this, like, document stuff, but we have to go through almost like a translator. So then it frustrated. I mean, I was cutting weight and everything, so I was like, it's fucking stupid, you know. There was like that, but literally, I really enjoyed being there. I really enjoyed the country. Like, I would love to go, but the food was excellent.
That's what I was going to talk about next.
The food was so good. The people were awesome.
How long were you there for?
I think it was like 10 days. Or
Really?
Yeah, because or maybe it's only 8 days. But it was, yeah, something like that. But no, it was such a cool place.
I was supposed to go to meet our distributor there, and then COVID hit and fucked everything up.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I'll end up going, but I'm looking forward to it. I heard they have a very strict doctrine about rules and behavior, and as long as you follow that, I heard it's very, very safe.
That's exactly it. And nobody's like, because the rules are so strict, nobody's like fucking around.
Good.
Like,
that's the fucking way it should be.
Exactly.
That's why Canada's a cesspool now, because of the fucking Liberal government. Fuck the Liberals. They're just fucking everything up with this easy laws. Oh man.
Yeah. So that's exactly it. It's like if you run a red light there, you go to jail for like 3 days or something like that. So,
wow.
So it's like,
I heard theft is a big deal.
I'm pretty sure I didn't find out.
Yeah, I heard theft is yeah. I think we need rules. I mean, like John Wick said, we need rules. All right. I mean, okay. Let's talk about the lifestyle of a fighter. I mean, everyone has this preconceived idea that being a fighter is this great life and financially rewarding. Let's talk about the reality of being a fighter.
I mean, the pursuit of greatness is awesome, but other than that, I wouldn't recommend, unless you absolutely love it.
Yes.
Then there's way better ways to make a dollar. Oh, there is. There truly is. But at the same time, I feel like once you fight, everything in life kind of gets turned down, you know, so it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I mean, you know, Perfect Sports, we represent a lot of athletes, and it does have to be something that you love.
Yeah, it has to be.
All right. So if someone came to you and said, I want to be a fighter, what would you suggest?
I'd want to know their like training schedule and think if it was like actually doable. Like some people say, oh, I want to be a world champion and train once a week.
You get people like that?
Yeah.
So you get people
Like,
that just fuck around?
There so many. Are you kidding me? There's people every single day that tell me like, I'm gonna be the next double champ. Okay, I've literally seen you at the gym twice. You're gonna be the next double champ? Okay, like show some respect for the sport.
Yes. I get people that, I mean, and I have my conversation with my coaches about this. There's people that train in martial arts just to escape their life. They'll go in, let's say maybe 2 classes a week, 3 classes a week. They'll roll, you know, and I commend them on doing that.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're not serious. But for someone to come in and train half-assed and want to be a fighter,
well, that's exactly
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. If they want to do a tournament and challenge themselves that way, that's no problem.
And I commend people on actually doing something.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. But don't say you're going to be the next big thing if you're training like that.
I find that as soon as people get punched in the face, they lose that idea. right? Even
Yeah.
people that roll, as soon as, shit gets real and you get a little elbow in the head, even by mistake, you're fucking rolling around and all of a sudden you get elbowed in the
Or
face.
a knee. I feel like that happens a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or for me, if I'm like grabbing the plum with the tie and my head hits your head, yeah, sometimes that'll put you on Queer Street. So, and we're not editing that out. Okay, so let's talk about your coach.
Sounds good.
So we are engaged to Chris.
We are.
We
No,
are. I have something to tell you.
that's why you're probably on there.
I hate to break the news to you
It's like some
live
Jerry
on air on
Springer
Apple.
show. Yeah. Chris walks in.
Hey guys. So when if I'll train my fiance, we'll just, she's like, you're an asshole, you're too tough, you're too rough, right? So, but with you, how do you divorce the professional and the personal?
So we've definitely went through like growing pains of like figuring out how to make it work. But we've developed it where it's like such a good relationship. Initially, we had this time where it would be like, as soon as we get to this one bridge, like from the gym, we would get to this bridge, and once we get to that bridge, then we don't talk about fighting anymore. And then
Wow,
we
that's
would
good.
get home and like not, it'd be evening practice. So you get home, go to sleep, and then everything's good. But so there was like times that we did that, but now we are able to like kind of like read each other, and it's like, okay, right now we don't want to talk about martial arts, but we've developed a system, I guess, a trial and error from many of years of doing this, that we've figured it out, and it's such like a great relationship to be able to mix business and pleasure.
But when you're in camp, I would presume you're just consumed with that fight.
Yeah.
So again, during that, your camps are what, 12 weeks?
8 weeks.
8 weeks. So during those 8 weeks, is it all fucking business, or are you still able to achieve a balance where you can get out of that fight mode?
I mean, you try to,
Right.
but I don't think it's really possible. Like, no matter what, after you sign that contract, it's like it's always there, no matter what. Even on a Sunday when I try to like tell myself, okay, we're gonna forget about fighting today, you don't.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, there's been times where Chris told me I'm very challenging in camp, and I know like I get like that edge. I'm getting ready to fight someone in a cage. Like,
Yes,
of course I'm gonna feel these feelings. But I understand at the same time that I shouldn't be kind of like putting that vibe out there, and he's getting caught in the crossfire sometimes because he's at home with me. So, I'm thankful that we have a good balance and he understands. And yeah.
So what do you do to take a break from that? It's not even just a physical break. Mentally, what do you do to escape that fucking mindset, that fight mindset?
I like going in nature. I like going
too.
on like hikes,
Yeah.
and even just like driving on like a nice path, a nice road. Whenever I drive places, I'll like look at the GPS and it'll give you like the highway route, but then I'll also look if there's another route, even if it's like 10 minutes longer, that's kind of like through like vineyards or goes by water or something like that, and I'll try to like enjoy the drive instead of being on a highway. You don't really get to see much, and sometimes you get caught behind like a slow car, but you just kind of accept it and keep cruising. Like, it's like just, I think I genuinely enjoy that. So
Okay.
instead of going after practice, instead of going like straight home on the highway, I'll kind of take the scenic route and think about practice, and then I can kind of like wind down a little bit. And so I don't take big time off, but I guess like little time off.
Little mental breaks.
Yeah.
Would you say you're an intense person?
I guess at times, but I don't think in general.
We should ask Chris.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe as these, like, what do you guys think? Okay,
She's intense. Would you say you're an aggressive person?
I don't think aggressive. Okay.
No? All right. She's aggressive?
I guess I can be. I think I'm like a cat. Like, they can be aggressive, they can be sweet, they can be
Then they show you their asshole.
unpredictable.
They'll come up to you, pet me, look at my asshole. Yeah. I'm a
So
dog
same.
person. You made a comment about feelings. Do you get nervous before a fight?
Of course, yeah. I do get nervous, but I try to change the way I think about nerves. So
Good.
it's like no matter what, I'm gonna get nervous. My body is making a reaction that causes it to be prepared for a fight. So there's gonna be a feeling that comes with it.
Okay.
And so I'll feel that feeling and then think, hey, I'm only going to be able to feel this feeling for a very small portion in my life. And I'm never like, yeah, of course I'm going to get nervous, but not to this extreme. Like, so I'm going to miss these nerves. I'm going to miss these feelings. I'm going to miss all these things. And as long as I've prepared to the best that I could possibly prepare, then, it's God's plan and I'll let the chips fall where they may.
That's interesting. When do you start getting nervous for the fight? When you're there?
When I sign the contract.
Really?
Well, I go through it like ebbs and flows. So it'll be like, sign the contract and then I'll kind of like have a bit of a peak of nervousness and then I'll get like confident as fuck for a little while and then I'll kind of like it'll almost be like day by day but not to drastic extremes. It'll just be like I guess like a little bit down but like this and then as I get through camp it's like camp gets harder and shit like it's like get beat by girls that I'm not ever usually getting beat by, but
why is that happening?
Because I'm broken down. I'm in camp. I'm dieting. I've done 6 practices and they've done 2, like that kind of stuff. I'm thinking too much. I'm trying too hard. It could be so many things.
Okay, so let's play that out. So when you're rolling, you're just fucking around, and you're getting beat by, let's say, well, you're no gi, so there's no belts for you. Okay.
But I understand. Like I say a purple belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're getting subbed by someone that you would ordinarily
Normally
whip their ass.
yeah.
Does that bother you?
It can.
I fucking hate it.
If I'm working on something and I know I'm putting myself into a bad position just to kind of like get to another position to be able to work there, then it doesn't bother me. But if I'm in camp and I'm trying to win and I get beat, then I get pissed.
I hate it, dude.
Yeah.
I still remember the first guy that fucking Kimura'd me.
Yeah, man. I know. I've lost so many sleepless nights. Like when I was in Thailand, oh, there was this one day that there's a chick, and she was a very good kickboxer. And she beat me, and no one was beating me and everything. Like, I mean, the guys were beating me, but you know what I mean? No chicks were beating me. And then this chick, and she just like beat me, and it was like my last sparring day of camp and all that. And it literally ruined that entire day. Even the next day, usually I'll like wake up and I'll like be able to shake it off, but like that one I couldn't shake off.
I can't. I think I'm very immature that way, that I hold on to shit like that. Like I fucking hate it.
But that's why you're able to use it.
Yeah, I know, but most people, like, when you're rolling, you're not rolling to win. Yes, I am. No, you're rolling to learn. I'm kind of fucking trying to win, right?
I'm going to learn and win.
Yeah. I guess I'm just fucking immature. But no, man, when I roll, I'm still rolling to win. Even if I try shit, like just to try something new and it doesn't work, I'm still trying to win.
Yeah.
What was Thailand like?
Oh, it was sick. I love Thailand. I absolutely love Thailand. It's like the fight capital of the world, and it's like paradise, and you're on a beach, and it's like food is cheap, and it's delicious, and the training's sick, and it's like massage places every second, like door.
Legit massage places, by the way, fuckers.
Yeah, I tried them all. I didn't get one. Bullshit.
Yeah, I want to go to Thailand. It's just a flight, dude. It's what is it, like fucking 17 hours?
Something like that.
Yeah, I would go ape shit.
I know, that's why if you're gonna do it, you gotta go for like an extended period. When do you have 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks?
Yeah, I got 5 dogs.
Exactly. It's like
Do you have any pets?
Yes.
What do you got?
I just got a kitten probably a week ago, but I have a dog as
Oh yeah,
well.
what kind of dog?
A Walker Hound.
The fuck's a Walker Hound?
It's like the most classic looking dog. Floppy ears, brown and white, like white with brown kind of patches, like just like that. You know, the dog, like what a traditional dog would look like. She's cute. She's cute, but dumb.
Yeah, all dogs are good. What's the cat? What does the dog think of the cat?
They love each other.
No shit.
Yeah, because I got a kitten. So
Right.
and the dog was raised with a cat, so knows how to play.
Oh, okay. So yeah, very traditional hound-looking dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knows how to play with the dog is so timid and just like a little scaredy cat. So they play together so like gently. It's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah. Pets are the best.
Yeah, I could just watch animals play or
Yeah.
watch animals do anything just all day. Oh wow.
Yeah. I fucking love animals.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, Thailand or Saudi Arabia?
Thailand. Yeah. Like Saudi Arabia was cool, but I would definitely prefer Thailand. Like Saudi Arabia, you would need a car there, and you would need like. I mean, this is speaking on like where I was. I was in Riyadh. I don't remember what it was called.
Anybody?
Riyadh.
There we go.
Riyadh. I was in Riyadh, and so it wasn't like, I don't know. It seemed like everything was kind of like a complex a little bit, like high walls
Yeah.
a little bit, and making it so like the street, it wasn't easily walkable.
Okay.
It was like it makes sense to drive there. It doesn't make sense to walk.
And Thailand, how'd you get around?
I had one of those mopeds. Oh, I loved it. I love those mopeds, man. It was so sweet. I rip around on that.
I heard you can live like a king in Thailand for
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah. I went to Brazil recently.
Okay.
I just got my black belt, and then I went to Brazil. I felt like such a fraud because it's like I'm a gi. I'm in the gi. I don't even know if I know how to tie this belt. I put
The
on
super
the
knot.
gi freaking probably 20 times in my whole life. You know what I mean?
So you got a black belt in jits for no gi.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. And so you rolled there?
I rolled there. It was so fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was really, really cool to like be there and go to like the jiu-jitsu schools there and
The
like
Gracie Academy?
where were we at? I forget the I think it was Gracie.
Did you roll with gi?
I did one day with Guy.
And what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. That like it was a lot of fun, and I afterwards I had to ask like one of the girls, like, the friend that I was there with, Jacqueline. I like, can you like take off your belt and choke them? And she
You
said,
can't do that, but you can use it to, because I've done it. You can use it. You just can't pull it on and choke a motherfucker. But you can use the belt.
That's unfortunate. I would just take it. But no, I look forward to. That's why I because I didn't do it for years, and then I did it there, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Like when I'm done fighting, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, it's just a different layer to the art. Mm-hmm. Did you get choked out a lot using the gi?
No, because it was like a women's class, so I was no one got my back.
So you rolled through everybody.
Yeah.
One of your things in your personal life is that you do, I don't know if you still do it, but you worked with the youth and homeless.
Yes. So
Right.
I worked at a youth homeless shelter for like years. So it was age 16 to 24.
Okay.
And we would have people, anyone within that age can come in for like dinner time. We would serve dinner every evening, and would be able to stay there if they registered and all that. We had like at the time I think it was like 21 regional beds, but then we also had like family and children's service youth as well. So if they've exhausted all their options for adoption, then they like live at the shelter essentially.
Really? For how long?
Until they're 18, and then they become regional. And so they could live there for ever, really. Like, once you're a regional youth, you're not really supposed to stay for over a month because you're supposed to be finding housing and all that. But if you're actively looking for housing or going to school or whatever, then you would be able to stay there. So, but it's like an interesting dynamic.
So what motivated you to get into that? Like, why is that your feel-good charity?
I don't know. I feel like it's like youth. So they're at that age that they're impressionable, and they can be like kind of like steered in the right direction, I guess. I know I understand that it's challenging because, most of them come from trauma and all that kind of shit. Yep. But it'd be nice to have a positive impact on their life, I guess.
Do you think that kids in that age group today, their mentality is different? Do you think that do you feel that they're self-entitled? Do you feel that they feel that the world owes them?
Yeah, I definitely do. You see it not only in like the region, the street kids really, but in regular families too, everything. I feel like right now the generation, I don't know, call me old, but
dude, I'm older than you, so I fucking get it. So why do you think that is though? Why do you think society right now has a mentality of weakness or being soft or you fucking owe me?
Because I think the moms did too much. Like, okay, I'm just speaking on my family in general, is that I think my mom babied my brother too much, and now my brother's a wuss. Like, I mean, he's a good, like, he's actually a good dude and everything. Like, he's got a wife and a couple kids and all that, but I just chirp him that my mom babied him. But it's like kind of like that mentality. It's like the parents do too much for the kids, and the kids don't have to develop any own self-worth, and everything is so accessible to them. They have the phones, so they don't have to critically think anymore. They don't have to use gut instinct. They don't have to use any of those like basic skills that you have to learn in those developmental years because of cell phones and parents doing everything for their kids. That's what I think. It's a combination.
I think part of the problem is that there's no accountability for your fuck-ups.
Oh, 100% too. Yeah, everyone gets a fucking gold star for
participation award.
Fuck out of here. That's so stupid.
I know. And I think there's a lack of respect now.
Yeah, I agree. Like, respect your elders. Yeah. I know.
As cliche as that sounds, respect your elders. I mean, some elders are fucking assholes, but...
Yeah, but still you have to respect them because they've lived longer than you. They know more.
They've paid their dues.
They've paid, exactly.
Yeah, dude, I agree. Yeah. I think, and I don't know what direction this is going to take. Hopefully there's an awakening where people...
I think there is. I think it kind of goes like this.
I hope so.
Yeah. I believe so.
All right, so let's take us through your last fight. You signed the contract. Give me the feelies. Give me your training. How did it feel when you're there, during the fight, and then that kick-ass win?
So when I signed the contract, it was like a quick turnaround after the last fight. So
what was it, like 3-4 months right after?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like I think I had like 1 or 2 weeks off, and then I was jumping right into camp.
Yeah. You're fighting what, 3-4 times a year?
I'm like the most active female fighter. The closest girl to me is like 4 fights. I've had 8, or maybe she has 5 fights. I've had 8. Like, it's stupid. I'm like almost double what these girls are fighting. And then we got girls that aren't even for that fucking whole Macy Barber think it was some bullshit. You know, like, get her out of the rankings. She either is mentally unstable to fight or physically unstable to fight. So I'm number 5. I've been calling it. I've been saying people now, I'm like, I'm number 5 now. You know?
Okay. So you signed the contract. You went into camp quickly
yeah.
after. Was there a break? So like you had a 2-week break. Did you feel like just overwhelmed? Did you feel that?
Yeah, I was exhausted.
Sure.
After a fight, you go through camp and then you go through a fight, you go through fight week and everything. You're fucking exhausted. Like, it's been weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And so it's like, so I signed the contract and I'm just like, whatever, one more, let's go. Let's keep, like, strike while the iron's hot. Like, they gave me a good name. It's in Montreal. Like, how could I turn this down? I'll get motivated.
Yeah.
And then I took that week off. I kind of stayed out of the gym. I did bike ride and get in nature, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And got back in the gym. Then I got motivated. Everything was good. And fighting in Montreal was awesome.
Okay. So you go through your camp. You go to Montreal. How soon before the fight did you go to Montreal?
I went a week before. We always have to go. The UFC makes us be there. We have to be there on the Tuesday, but I always get in on the Monday, so then I can like wake up and go and get the shit done on the Tuesday and chill and like kind of get my meals prepared and get everything settled in for fight week.
Okay.
And then I'll get there a week before, and then we got a bunch of like media obligations and all that stuff every day pretty much, other than like the day before weigh-ins, and then cut the weigh-ins, and then the ceremonial weigh-ins, and then off to the races the next day.
Okay, so fight day. Mm-hmm. Take me through it.
I wake up, I think, fight day. Okay.
Okay.
This fight day, sometimes it depends on like the weight cut.
Yeah.
This weight cut was really good. So like the next day I woke up and I was hungry. Sometimes you wake up and you still don't really feel hungry. You want to like rehydrate a little bit more. Like, it kind of depends on how you feel. But I felt good when I woke up. So I had just like a little tiny bite, and then I go down and do a shakeout with the coaches, and Tishay is like at the hotel with us. I bring my training partner, like Tishay Guthrow. He's like my boy from like the very, very start. Well, back in the day when we were Niagara Top Team, just our little
three
crew.
people. Yeah,
exactly.
good for you though.
And so if he's not fighting, then I ask him to come with me like for fight weeks. And like when I went to Thailand, I brought him to Thailand with me. And he's an amazing guy. He can mimic any style, and he's stronger and technically better than any girl that I'll ever face. So he's truly like the perfect partner for any girl. I'll do the shakeout with the coaches, and I'll use Tishay in the morning, and the coaches will just kind of like give us scenarios. So it'll be like Tishay like just has to like come at me. He has to be aggressive, and I have to be like a counter striker or whatever. Like they'll make up different scenarios, both striking and grappling.
Okay.
And he'll do them on me, and I'll have to like escape or get out or whatever it may be. And then we'll do that in the morning to kind of get like the morning nerves out. And then I'll go back up to the room, and the UFC hires a chick to braid your hair. So
okay.
She'll come to the room and she'll braid my hair, and I'll like eat, and then I'll lay down for a little bit of a nap. I don't always sleep. This time I did sleep though.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes I sleep, sometimes I don't. I'll usually fall asleep for even if it's like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I'll get all my stuff prepared. I will have already like packed my bag the night before.
Okay.
And then I'll grab all my things. We'll go down to the bus, and then we get shuttled in like 2 or 3 hours before your fight. Okay. So then I'll just go and I'll just like lay down, and I try to like keep my energy low. Like even when I'm like getting on the bus and getting my things ready and all that, I try to like keep my energy low. And then that way, when I do like need to start warming up, I'm like still full of juice. I've done it before where I've kind of like burned myself out in the day leading up, and then by fight night I was kind of like flat.
Okay.
So I've learned, you know, just from experience on what works for me, and this is so far the best I've felt, and so I'm gonna try to continue this process.
So we'll get to what's next later on, but let's do some quick little questions. All right, ready?
Ready.
Favorite cheat meal?
Right now I've been liking burgers.
Dude,
They've been just awesome. I think because it's barbecue, you know what I mean? Like I've been loving burgers lately.
Me too.
Yeah, nice.
Yes. Your proudest moment?
Probably when I beat up Priscilla Cachoeira, and it was like 26 to 326. Like hearing Dana White tell me that, and like I don't know, talking to him, meeting him like after that fight, being in Toronto, like that whole like experience was like I felt so proud because she was, you know, known in the sport. I still felt like I was like a rookie. I still felt like I didn't really know, and like I guess I kind of like proved to myself that, you know, I can hang with these broads. So let me start kicking their asses now.
Okay. So now the opposite side of the coin, what was your scariest moment? And this doesn't have to be fight related. What was your darkest moment?
So one fight, actually. I mean, usually everything comes back to fighting because that's the highs and the lows, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
So the one fight that I broke my orbital bone, then my vision was fucked up, so on the day it was bad, and so everything was double, but I figured, okay, on the day, whatever.
Hit the one in the middle.
Then it's easier said than done, man. I literally thought that in the fight. But you know what? Okay, you know those things when you're like a little kid and you like go like this and has a picture on both sides?
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I would see the girl, and I would see the girl double, and I would go like this, and then that would put the shot into line, and then I would go,
wow.
And then so it's like I didn't figure that out until like the third round, and like, you know, we live and learn. But then it was like the next day my eye was still bad, so I'm like, okay, one day, no problem. But then it was like the third day, and I couldn't fly because of it, and I had to go to like a doctor's appointment, but I couldn't drive, and I remember being like, what the fuck, like, is this even worth it? Like, okay, I'm like sitting here alone because I told everyone, no, take your flights, like don't wait for me, like what the fuck's the point, like, you know what I mean? And then I can't fucking see, and I'm thinking, is this how my vision is going to be forever? Like, I won't be able to drive. I won't be able to do this. I can't even see my phone to text people back. I can't, like, my vision was so fucked up. And so I would say, like, that was my scariest moment and my...
Okay, so because it's funny, one of my old wrestling coach had a detached retina, and that's ultimately why he decided to stop fighting. He was set to go to Dana White's Do You Want to Fight? And then one of our athletes, Pat Pitlick, just recently fucked up his orbital bone.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very fair statement. I mean, you have to decide, is that juice worth the squeeze?
Exactly.
But okay, so that was a dark moment for you. How do you get through to the other side when things seem like you're in the shit and you're doubting why the fuck you're doing this? Mm-hmm. How do you get through that?
I always like think like tomorrow's a new day, like tomorrow will be a better day. You just need like a good night. A lot of time I'm so physically exhausted that I'm like, okay, I know if I just get a good night's rest, then that will like help a lot of things. So I always will just like kind of like keep telling myself, like, let's just get through today. Let's be productive today so that I'm not like feeling shitty, because I've done it on the other side where I've just moped in bed, and I'm like, okay, so not only did I not get anything done, but I felt like shit and didn't get anything done. So I'd rather just feel like shit and get what I need to do done so that the next day, when I'm back to normal, then that stuff's done. I don't have to catch up on it. Or if I still feel like shit the next day, I have no motivation and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, okay, well, tomorrow will be a new day, and I'm sure that this day was better than yesterday's,
I
because
think
it
that's an
always
amazing
is.
attitude.
So just like, not making it a big thing. It's like, okay, I look at my clock. It's 6 o'clock. Okay, 4 hours till I can go to bed. Like, as silly as that sounds.
Dude, I think that's an amazing perspective, right? There's a common statement that I used to hear is like, when you're feeling like shit or you're in a dark place, take a day.
Yeah.
Right? Just take this day and think that tomorrow is a new opportunity, because realistically it is. And tomorrow may not be any better, but it's an opportunity. And I agree 100% that you just should do something.
Yeah.
Just to because we often fixate on our problems. Oh, I feel like shit, this didn't work out. My boyfriend's a dick, but whatever. But I think if we can distract ourselves with something else, we take that mental break and we just get away from the darkness for a bit.
Go on a bike ride.
Do something.
Do something like physical enough. Go for a walk. Physical enough that you're not able to just sit there and let your thoughts spiral.
100%. Yes. For me, I love going into nature, right? I live right on the water, right? So I'll just go on I'll just sit on the dock and just fucking be in nature. Or I'll meditate. There's ways for people that have like anxiety or whatever that you can, when you're sitting there, you're in whatever spot, you can do it, and you identify something you hear, you identify something like the wind touching your face, you identify something that you taste or feel or see or whatever, just to get your mind out of the shit. People, the one thing that I will celebrate society for is we've taken steps into dealing with mental health a lot better than we used to. It used to be such, so stigmatized, and now, but unfortunately, people are taking advantage of that. You have fucking people in school that think they're fucking cats.
I know. It's like, can we just get the pendulum in the middle? Like, why the fuck do we go such extremes?
Yes, I know.
Come on.
Now it's a cool thing. Oh, you got anxiety? I have anxiety too.
I know.
And I think
then people accept being a bit, I can't do that, I have an anxiety. Like, get the fuck out of here. Just go and pick your groceries up. Like,
I think there has to be a medium. I think we need to be sympathetic and encourage people and build people up. But when people take advantage of it and use it as like a fucking badge to get out of shit,
exactly.
I think that just worsens the symptoms, or it becomes commonplace now. I can't do that.
And it takes the credibility of the people that
truly
are legit.
Suffer. 100. Yeah, that's society for you. Fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay. Scariest moment, life-defining moment. Was there anything in your life, any moment or any experience or anything you had to endure or get by, that you feel was significant, that made you into Jazzy?
Well, so when I was in grade 8, we had like a basketball camp that we would go to. Mm-hmm. And we had, in addition, a family friend. So the daughter was my sister's age, and Becca was her name, and my sister would always hang out. And then my brother and Aaron was like a year older than my brother, so like 3 years older than me. But the families were always close, so we always did, if someone's birthday, everyone would go, because then the boys would play together, the girls, and I could play with both because I was in between. I was like 2 years older than the girls and 2 years younger than the boys, so I could just play with whoever. Mm-hmm. So they were like family friends growing up since we were, whatever, in grade 2 or 3 or something like that.
Okay.
And there was one time I was getting ready for this basketball camp, and then we're getting out. My mom and I are going into the car because we're going to go to Walmart and like pick up some soaps and shit like that to bring. And Aaron drives by on the bike and waves at us. And then my mom and I go to Walmart, and then we come back, and then we're driving like by this, under this, or on top of this bridge, and we see like the ambulance, all that kind of stuff. and a tarp, and there was like a hand sticking out from the tarp.
Fuck, that went dark.
Yeah, I know. And then I like kind of like driving, and I like look over, and my mom's just like, and there was a bike right there and everything. My mom's like, what if that was Aaron? And me being the stupid kid that I was, and me thinking him like a brother and like teasing him and everything like that, I'm like, I'd be glad if it was Aaron. And as the words were like coming out of my mouth, I was like almost like trying to like reach for them back.
Okay.
And then we get home, and Becca, his sister, was at my house. And so then we were all there, and like I just kind of like went to my room and got my shit ready for leaving. And then we live on a corner house, and so no one ever goes to the front door, only the back door. So then we hear ding dong on the front door, and I'm like, fuck. And then Becca's grandparents are at the door. I answer the door, and they're like, is Becca here? I'm like, yeah, Becca. And so I just like go upstairs, and I'm just like kind of like looking down the stairs. Becca's grandparents come to the door, and they look at Becca, and they were just like in shock. They're just like, Aaron's dead. Like they didn't say anything, just like started with that. I was like, oh. And I was just like, oh, fuck. So the whole time, so like I knew all of this happened, and then I have to go to bed, and then the next day I'm going to this freaking basketball camp for like the entire weekend, and I'm not like, I don't know if my parents said not to say anything or what, but I didn't say anything to anyone like the entire camp that we were there. And then at the end of the camp, then the teacher said, hey, we just want to tell you that a child from our school, blah, 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 everything. And so I feel like that was a significant moment in my life because it like taught me like awareness about what you say. Like I will never like say things just like off the cuff. I mean I do, and I catch myself, and then I'll make sure to say like, no, I didn't, what I actually meant, blah 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 blah, and stuff like that. But in addition, I'm sure there were other lessons that I learned from that. But that was like one thing that I'm aware of, I guess, what I say sometimes.
I agree with that. For me, and people who know me will agree, I'm very careful for the words that I put out into the universe. I don't ever talk negatively about myself, simply because I just don't want my brain to think like nothing. When I spar and if I don't win, I don't think I lost. I just think you stopped me, you prevented me from beating you the next time. Like I never call myself anything derogatory. I never say I can't do something. I think you need to be very conscious of the words that you put out into the universe.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's like fucking Voldemort with Harry Potter.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't say that motherfucker's name, right? I just think you got to be aware of how you allow yourself to think about yourself, even jokingly.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around with that.
And that's why you're like the person that you are now, right?
Thank you. Okay, your creed. What is there? Would you say there's a motto or a mantra or words that you live by that defines you, like your code of honor?
Hard work. Like we say it at practice when we're like going around after like a Monday hard practice, like hard work. But it's interesting because hard work initially for me was like a physical thing, but then afterwards it was like I was getting to a point that I was like getting injuries and overtraining and all this kind of stuff, and it was the hard work was becoming a negative thing. So I had to change my interpretation on hard work. I used to never focus on recovery, and so it was hard for me to put a focus on recovery.
Yeah.
And so I had to.
When you get older, fucker, that's going to be very important for you.
Well, now that I feel the pain, but I didn't know that kind of stuff would actually help until I started doing it consistently.
So 2 points then. A, how do you know when you're burning out or you're doing too much, right? There's a fine line, and I struggle with it all the time. Like sometimes you're tired. Like I rolled this morning. I'm fucking tired right now. But you need to get shit done. So at what point do you think you're acting like a bitch and muscle through it, keep going? Or when do you actually say, you know what, motherfucker, take a break?
I don't know. I feel like that's the constant battle every single day. You know what I mean? You always feel like a bitch. You always feel like you're not doing enough, and that's part of, you know, why you are successful. You know, because it's always that pursuit. But I'll notice when I start to get like emotional, then that's when I'm showing symptoms of clear, like, you know, negative as opposed to positive.
We're men, we don't show emotion.
And well,
We bottle it down and get cancer.
Feeling emotion, when I start feeling it more, then I'll know that I'm burning myself out.
Fair. Okay, and so what do you do when you take a step back? What is it you do, and what do you do to recover?
Nature usually is like a big thing. Sleep is huge. I try to get. I've been actually thinking about changing my sleep schedule because I have to go by practice schedule. I don't have to go by like a 9 to 5 schedule. So there is not really a point of me waking up so early.
What time do you go to bed?
Well, that's the thing, is a lot of time I'm not able to get to bed until like later because I'll have practice until 9:30 at night.
I fucking hate classes like that, dude.
No, but that's when people can train.
I know, I get it.
No, it sucks. I agree. If it was me, I would do like a 7:30 and a 4:30.
7:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
No, that's fucking mental too.
No,
give me a fucking 9 or 10 in the morning. Let me roll hour and a half, and then another hour and a half later in the day. But fuck that 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock classes.
No, I like getting out. Like I used to do every morning. I used to meet my boxing coach at like between 6 and 6:30. Yeah, for years.
What time would you wake up to be there for 6:30?
4:30.
Fuck that. What time would you go to bed?
Well, that was how I burnt myself out because I was going to bed at like midnight.
Oh, good, 4.5 hours sleep. That's
Yeah,
healthy.
I know. So then I obviously burnt myself out, but I did it for probably 3 years before. I mean, I would not always go to sleep at midnight. I would try to be going to sleep earlier, but on average, it was just like, I don't know, I was working on fucking all balls, no brains. Man.
Do you do anything else for recovery, or is it just strictly sleep? That you don't
Sleep? No, I do. I'll do a whole bunch of things. I'll do, you know, that PMF mat. I find that very effective for me.
Okay.
I have like a guy that I call him my body guy because I feel like my body's like a race car. Like
It is though, dude.
Yeah.
100%. Your body is your livelihood.
Exactly. And so I have like my mechanic.
Okay.
That he'll do like acupuncture and he'll do cupping, he'll do whatever. I just tell him like, oh, I'm feeling this, and then he'll kind of like do it because he knows like Chinese medicine as well, and he's kind of like got a bunch of different certificates and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I just tell him what my issue is, and then he works on it. And
do you like cupping? Not the kind of cupping you like, Aaron, but real cupping. I bought those cups that you stick on your body, and they have the little infrared light in it too. Yeah, I do that. Do you like acupuncture? Like it? I see. The thing is I do so much. I just don't know what works. Right, but as long as I fucking can keep doing what I do, I'm cool doing everything.
Yeah. No, I'll do the cupping occasionally, but I don't fucking feel it that much. I feel the acupuncture and the PMF more, which is weird because initially when I started doing it, I'm like, this is some bullshit. You know what I mean? I agree. Like, there's some voodoo science. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And then you do it, I'm like, holy fuck, like I feel way better.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Do you have you done or do cold baths, cold plunges?
I have. I think that they're good, and I use them the same as how I use them for running. It's like when I feel like I need to mentally challenge myself. I feel like I don't need to do cold plunges that often because I mentally challenge myself in different ways a lot. So I only will really do the cold plunge at, every once in a while I'll get that feeling like, I think I need to,
Stress my body.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you find the EMF mats good.
Yeah.
There's something new that I wanted to try, and it's basically they take your blood and they cleanse
it.
it. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard
I
of
think it's
that.
called EOD. There's a clinic. My sports doctor. There's a clinic in Toronto. I think it's like $900, and they go and basically they re-oxygenate your blood.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
Tell me
yeah.
about it.
But then I'm like, okay, well, let me try that. But I'm looking forward to the hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah, when do you get that?
It's shipping at the end of the month. I should have it mid-August.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, let me know how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been. But I've heard like you see Kyle Dake using it and all that kind of shit. Like I've heard very good things.
Yeah, I believe you have to sit in it like 45 minutes, an hour,
Yeah.
max 90 minutes. But yeah, I'll do whatever I can in order to keep doing what I do.
Yeah.
So
that's
yeah, I'm
awesome.
looking forward to that. All right, this question's gonna trip you up. All right, life goal. Is there a point in which you're going to feel fulfilled, that you feel that I'm good, I accomplished what I want?
I feel like kind of like when I made the UFC, I was just like, oh, okay, like did that check. So
Yeah.
everything past this is like cherry on top. Like, let's see how far we can go with this. Like, let's get crazy here.
Okay,
You know?
so being champion is not
So-
the end all and be all.
No, champions, like I feel like part of the process, and in order to become champion, like you have to develop all these things within yourself, and like, becoming great within yourself is like kind of the max. But yeah, like reaching my potential in every aspect of life. Enjoying the fuck out of life, enjoying the best food everywhere, enjoying everything that I can that life has to offer, and not doing like boring, dumb shit. Like really just enjoying life.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, that's going to lead us into our like the end of this. But for you, this is the question. Okay, did you ever have a belief that you had to kill in order to become the person you are now? Did you have any self-limiting beliefs within yourself? Any negative thoughts? Anything that I think quite often we are our own worst enemies, and we generally hold ourselves back.
Yeah.
So I think there are certain chains that we have to break, or beliefs in ourselves. Like, it's sad that there's a lot of people that don't have self-confidence. And I think people such as yourself that have achieved a great many things, you are an inspiration to people to let them know that if you fucking commit to the work, you can be more than you are. But not everybody comes to the table with that confidence, that belief.
Yeah.
Did you have anything that held you back?
Of course. I feel like I guess it's never a belief, or else I wouldn't be able to really change it. But I feel like every time, like all these girls that I'm fighting, they've been fighting since they were kids. Like
You started
when
late.
I started late. When I signed a contract, like there's always that uncertainty, and like thinking like these girls have literally just been in the sport longer than me. Like I'm rolling the dice and all that kind of shit. So I feel like every time there is that self-belief or self-disbelief. But I kind of enjoy that because I take it on as a challenge. I'm like, okay, you think I can't do it, motherfucking watch me do it.
But
I'm gonna
you're on a winning
prepare.
streak. You still have self-doubts.
Yeah, of course, it's fighting. You're always rolling the dice. Like you're competing against the best girls in
100?
the world. Like everyone knows how to punch and kick and wrestle and like everyone knows everything.
Yes.
It's who's making the best decisions on that night, who can mentally go into the fight and be the best that they can be, who trained in order to be able to perform on that night. Like there's so many factors to it, and I'm just trying to weigh that coin a little bit more on my side, because I understand when it's rolling the dice when you go in there, and if the weight's a little bit on my side, I'll take it. And hopefully I keep running through these broads.
Well, the weight's been on your side for the last 3, so what's next for you? Do you know when you're fighting next?
I asked to get on the Montreal card in October, so we'll see. I asked for Blanchfield, I asked for Grasso, and I asked for
That's who I figured you'd be fighting.
I think so. I feel like it would make sense. She didn't fight. She would be able to fight. I beat her teammate and very close team.
I thought it would be Grasso that you're fighting next. So you want to fight in October, dude? Well,
Yeah,
I mean, that's a reasonable break.
Yeah, I had a good break. I went to Brazil. I chilled. Like when I was there, I trained, of course, because why would I not train while I was there?
For sure.
But I'm only training once a day right now. I'm really like enjoying it. I'm not killing my body. I feel good. You know what I mean? It's the first time I'm going into practices like feeling good, and I feel like I'm able to like get my life shit in order too. Like my house was a mess because I was in camp. So I'm like, if it won't, completely burn to hell if I leave it until after the fight, then I'm going to leave it.
Okay.
And so there was like so much stuff because after the fight, I stayed with my family for a couple of days in Montreal. Mm-hmm. Drove right from Montreal to Toronto, and then I did a bunch of media stuff that day in Toronto for 2 days, and then went home for 2 days, unpacked, repacked, went to Florida. From Florida, went to Brazil, and so I was only home for 2 days after my fight, and then was in Brazil for like it was like 2 weeks, and then I got home a week ago or something like that. And
how's the food in Brazil?
Amazing, dude. Brazil is such an awesome country. The food is awesome. They you go to Italy and you have pizza. The pizza is good in Italy. Fucking almost just as good in Brazil, if not better at some spots.
I just heard Brazil's dude, I can't do the churros, man. I fucking tried it. I thought
churros and ice cream.
Yeah, man, I didn't
no way.
Yeah, it didn't really
What's your dessert of choice?
Fucking donuts.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Like the dense ones or fluffy?
Honey crullers. I'm a fucking donut whore.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
Good to know.
And you?
I like any type of like hot cold mix. So like hot pie with ice cream or brownie and ice cream, like some type of hot and cold. Like, I'm about that.
All right. Okay, so you hope to fight in October.
Yes.
When do you think you'll know for certain?
I don't know, hopefully soon. No, I don't know. The matchmakers, I'm assuming, asking the girls, and they'll tell me, but you usually don't hear anything until within probably like 8 weeks before.
Really?
Or like maybe a bit. Sometimes you hear like a while before, but like there was the one fight I didn't even know. I think might have been Toronto or something. It was like a very important fight. I didn't know who I was fighting or if I was even fighting until it was like 7 weeks before.
Wow.
But it depends on the other girls too. If they say no, or if they say, "Oh, I'll let you know in a week," or like, you know what I mean? It's kind of on their schedule.
So walk me through this. So you tell the UFC that you are ready to fight, right? So you've been cleared, all medicals, you're good to go. Mm-hmm. So you tell the UFC, "Okay, I'm ready to fight. Give me somebody."
Pretty much. Like, I mean, at the start of your career, you're just kind of like always ready. You just tell them like, get me in when you can. Kind of thing. Yeah. But now that I've, been able to get a ranking beside my name, then I'm able to give them a bit of a timeline. Like I know that they're coming to Canada again. So then I ask to be on the Canada card.
Makes sense that you would be.
Right.
You and Mike.
So I message a matchmaker, say like, "Hey, saw that the Canada card got opened up. I would love to be on that card. If Grosso or Blanchfield or Pro are available, let me know, please. You know, like that kind of shit.
Honestly, though, dude, that makes the most sense. It's fucking in Canada, first of all. It's going to be, you fought in May. Now, so June, July, August, September, that's a good break for you.
It's a good break. Like I'm chill now. Like I could easily jump into camp now.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words?
Thanks for having me. This was awesome. Great to chat. And no, really appreciate it.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Jazzy.
Thank you.
All right. We're out. Be great.
Be great, baby. Woo!